News with Gina.
The News with Gina Grad.
So
Gina, I'm sorry to scoop you, but there's some breaking news that I'm still processing, has blown my mind. I don't know how to deal with. Brian Lehrer, a PBS host, Jim Lehrer, famous PBS host, McNeil Lehrer NewsHour, not related.
Thank you.
Wrap your minds around that.
Luke's fishing buddies, their heads are going to explode when they hear that.
They're going to throw their rods in the water.
That's right.
So Adam, tell me about your Nashville massage. What is this about?
Is that a euphemism?
Yeah. I went to Nashville. Nashville has one of these things that drives me nuts, which is they have an 11th Street. And by the way, all right, let me tell you what I love. I love streets that are numbered. I love it when you're in New York and they got the streets and the avenues and you can go, okay, 7 more blocks, and you know what you're going the right direction and everything else. I'm into that. The worst is out here, out in Studio City, when they have all the streets up in Studio City and they all start with Donna. So they go, are you on Donna Dolores or Donna Sangria or Donna Pangria? And it's like Donna, confusing. Nashville has numbers, but the problem is they have 11th Avenue East and 11th Avenue West. And I got out of the Uber at 400 11th Avenue East, and that's where they dropped me, and the massage place was on 11th Avenue West. And then I had to start running in the general direction of the massage place. And when I got there, I was covered with sweat, and there was a dude who was going to put his hands on me. Usually, I'm not homophobic. I'm just scared of the gays. So you say stuff like that, and then you'll get, everyone will think you're an asshole, and then no one will bother you when you go do stand-up. No,
I can't believe Luke Bryan just said that.
Right. So I went and got myself a massage, and it was actually nice. And I got to tell you, I don't know, man, but guys got a little better grip than women. I kind of enjoyed myself. Mask on when you're on your back, mask off when you're on your belly. Sorry.
I don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
Luke's still processing.
You brought it up. Sorry.
No, the first man massage I got,
this ought to be good.
I was in Greenville, South Carolina doing a show, and I got tricked. I didn't, I roll in there and this guy comes out and I'm like, and somebody set it up for me. I think I was on the road doing it, and man, it was just my first time ever, and I just couldn't. There was just, I let it happen, I didn't. But it was a quantum leap for me, and but now I've gotten to where I'm pretty, it's just all about the pressure. It doesn't matter,
I think.
Right?
Well, it's sort of like cooking, Man can be a pretty excellent chef. When I was growing up, it seemed like a lady's job. But when I got older, I realized a man can do the job equally as well. And when you
can massage the meat.
Yeah, when you're kneading that dough and you're tenderizing that flank steak and you're working that kielbasa, you realize that
you're pounding that paillard.
That's right. It's every bit a man's role. That's right.
But like a man on your feet is kind of comfortable. It's not, but when they're doing your temples and your earlobes, that's where it's just different.
It's different,
right?
But I'll tell you, the time to worry is when that man, forget about your feet, when he leaves his feet, now it's on. Now it is on.
Takes to the air.
Climbs on the table.
Just when they yell, shotgun, room for two.
He goes,
scoot over, champ. You ever hear that? Make room for daddy.
You have to kind of put it, you have to tell yourself, I'm an athlete.
I'm an athlete.
I'm
That's
an
right.
athlete, and most top level high tier athletes, they have male trainers, just getting up in their growings and all that. So that's just how it works.
I use the word warrior, but yeah, athlete will work as well.
Gladiator.
Roman.
Gladiator. Hey, I'm a gladiator.
That's
gladiators need
right.
Other gladiators.
Right. And this to me is like if the Colosseum smelled like patchouli and pumped in Enya, this would be my Colosseum. The album, by the way, Born Here, Live Here, Die Here. That's Luke's latest sound, by the way. Sorry, Gina Grad, yes. What were we talking about?
Yeah,
we doing the news?
Yeah, the
Speaking
news.
of athletes.
Oh, did I interrupt the news?
No, you enhanced the news. But if we're going to talk about athletes, NFL workouts have begun in anticipation of the football season starting after Labor Day. The LA Chargers placed quarterback Colin Kaepernick on its workout roster. The team's head coach, Anthony Lynn, said he fits the style of quarterback that we want. An NFL team might sign Kaepernick. The country's mood shifted a little bit, when people are some are still mad at him for taking a knee. Others, it's started demonstrations across the country, across the world. So there might be some interest out here in California.
Let me ask this: if Kaepernick takes the knee, then, they win the coin toss and he goes out there and he's out of the shotgun. And Joey Bosa gets a clean shot at his blind side. Is he going to launch? Is that a hate crime? Is he worried about the implications? I mean, think about it. Think about that. That's a real question I'm asking you, Bald Brian and Luke. Do you want to be that guy who takes Kaepernick out?
Oh, wow.
Is that Cap and Hollywood Luke?
Somebody has mined the web on that one.
Wow, there's a
Look at
picture
that.
of you and Cap from...
Wow.
It can't be... Well, how long ago is that? Well, his hair was short.
Man, I remember meeting him. I think that was the first year. I think it was ACMs, and it may have been the first year I hosted ACMs, which would have been... 2013.
And you sung the national anthem at the 2017 Super Bowl, Pats and Atlanta Falcons. Arguably, the best comeback ever. Saddest, but best, biggest.
Drunkest night. I mean, the drunkest I've ever been that night.
Well, when you do things that are nerve-wracking, when you are done with that nerve-wracking endeavor, you drink like 1,000 alcoholics. Let
me tell you something.
Yes.
So I won't go long with this, but I had screwed up the national anthem a couple of times, and just because you're going to screw it up, you go sing it 20 times and you're not going to bat 1,000 on the anthem. And so I was like, man, so I got the call to do the Super Bowl, and I'm like, well, I didn't move my ass.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't move my ass to Nashville to turn down the ability. It was kind of like a man check for me that I'm like, okay, I'm going to slay the beast, and I'm going to slay the beast at the biggest, most highest level ever. So I go to Houston, and they get you there on Tuesday. Right. So first of all, I grew up an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm from Georgia. Mm-hmm. I mean, Billy White Shoes Johnson,
sure.
Steve Bartkowski, all of them. I mean, so here I am. Somehow I've landed. So I agreed to do the anthem before the Falcons went on their run and got in the Super Bowl. So here I am. I get to do the anthem, and I get to watch the Falcons play the Patriots. So I get to Houston, and all of my buddies from Georgia are in Houston partying every night, getting ready for the Super Bowl. Well, what do you think they're doing? They're calling me, wanting to go party. Tuesday night, guys, do y'all realize that I got to do the damn national anthem on Sunday? I'm not going out and getting drunk. Wednesday night, they call me. They calling me, a puss and all that. Man, you suck, you suck, you suck. Sat my butt in the room for 5 days. Prepared, get there, do the anthem. Thank God. Thank you, God. I crushed it. I felt like I crushed it. Walked off the field, drank. By the time I got to the booth, the Falcons were up 14-0. My dad and my father-in-law were there. Michael Phelps was in my booth. I totally fanboyed Michael Phelps, met A-Rod, all these celebrities, and I'm just and then by halftime, the Falcons are up 28 to what, 3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you not drink to oblivion? So,
no, I don't.
Stuff right home.
How do you not?
But then we start losing the game, and then you have to drink like you have to. Then you're drinking to try to literally kill yourself for what you just experienced.
You have to. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Well, let me just, Luke, you crushed that national anthem. I remember it very well because you're not the only one who crushed that national anthem. Our great sponsor, Bet Online, had a prop bet that said, will Luke Bryan wear a hat? You're very known for wearing hats. You're wearing a hat right now as I'm looking at you. Wear hats all the time. Will Luke Bryan wear a hat? And I'm like, this is a fucking Southern boy who's there's no way he's disrespecting the flag by wearing a goddamn hat while he's singing the national anthem. I made a max bet, which wasn't that much, like $100 or the most I'd let you bet. That was the easiest prop bet I've ever nailed in a Super Bowl. So thank you, Luke Bryan. You made me $100 that day.
So literally, I had 45 buddies from home calling me asking how long. They were never concerned, that never said good luck on the anthem. Good job, buddy. All they wanted to know was the damn time of the anthem.
Yeah, for the over-under.
I had a buddy fly to Vegas and spent 2 days trying, because he spent 2 days trying to get all of the prop bets in that he can, and all he could ever get in was like $50 per prop bet. So
yeah, they limit them.
Plan that he was going to be a millionaire after minding his racket. So
I've been in this, not in your position, but similar positions where you say yes to this big thing and it ruins the entire week leading up to that thing. It's just all you can think about.
While everybody around you is having the time of their life.
Right. So it's a little experience of like the first time I did Letterman. Like you're waiting in the dressing room, you're pacing back and forth, and people start pouring in and they're laughing and they're talking and they're offering you food and drinks and stuff. And you're like, I'm trying to go over all the jokes that I said I was going to do and blah, blah, blah. But then the second you're done, this tension just gets released. I could only imagine singing the national anthem at the goddamn Super Bowl, that it just pours out of you and all you want to do is have a drink. Now, all you want to do is have a drink before the national anthem, but you won't do it. There's you and Phelps. And there's Ellen and George Bush in the back of the booth there. So how much do you think you drank that day?
Dude, you don't even know the shit I said to Michael Phelps in that booth.
Enlighten us.
Oh, I was like, dude, you're the baddest son of a bitch in this whole stadium. I was like, look around. Look around.
That's drunk Luke, though. That's drunk Luke.
Yeah, we like drunk Luke.
Hey, you're the baddest son. I said, you won 75 gold medals. You got caught with a damn bong in your damn over your head. You come back and then you whip everybody's ass again when nobody. I was like, you're the. And then the next morning I woke up and I was like, does anybody remember what the hell I said to Michael Phelps? And then I called him, and like, man, when I think I've like totally assed it up, totally like,
right.
And he finally got that with me, and I was like, "Hey, man, sorry, there's just a lot going on that night." And he's like, "Dude, yeah, man, you were in love with me. You love me. I know. I got a fan left in this world, and So later I actually went and did a little golf charity thing with him, and we got to laugh about it pretty good. So
I called Michael Phelps up, and he said, "Who the fuck is this?" I'm just repeating the joke I did.
The Baltimore Sun reports that Luke challenged Michael Phelps to a swim-off.
Yeah, I did challenge him to a swim-off that night.
Hollywood Luke.
I got to tell you, look, if you're going to go watch the Super Bowl and sit up in a luxury booth and not be drunk, that's on you. You know what I mean? Right. It's not your fault for being too drunk. It's Phelps' fault for not being drunk as well. You know what I mean?
Well, I think he was, he was leaning into it. I mean, I think he was going down the path or whatever. But like I said, I literally, by midway through the first half or midway through the second quarter, man, I was just like, I was in the damn wheelhouse. I was king of the damn world.
What's your drink?
Man, during the summers, before I go on stage, I'll have a vodka with a ruby red grapefruit juice, vodka grapefruit. And man, I'll have one of those before the show. And then after the show, I'll have about 2 or 3 of them. And then that's my deal. It's funny. Now during this, quarantine and all that. I mean, it's hard not to drink a beer about 3 p.m.,
Yeah. I know it's by the way, it's easy to drink. That's going to be the name of my next album.
Yeah, we'll make it official. So TV and movie production has started again, and the soap The Bold and the Beautiful has come up with a way to film the love scenes in these days where everyone's social distancing, because the writer and producer said, we tried to write scenes without these steamy love scenes, and they just fall flat. So they're using blow-up dolls. Bradley Bell is the executive producer and head writer. He said, we have some lifelike blow-up dolls that have been sitting around here for the past 15 years. We've used them for other storylines, like when people are presumed dead, throw them in a creek or whatever. We're dusting off the dolls, putting new wigs and makeup on them. They'll be featured in the love scenes, but for the love scenes that require a real-life body, they will be using the actor's spouse.
I was just about to say, use the spouse.
In the real-life spouse. So those are your choices.
Oh, really?
The blow-up doll or your husband?
It's going to be like the baby scene in American Sniper.
Oh, my God. Yeah. The talking Tammy.
Yeah, I forgot about that controversy.
Right.
That's a good call, Luke.
Why wouldn't they use a real baby?
I heard some situation where the baby either didn't show up or wasn't available or dropped out last minute. And Clint Eastwood is very famous for bringing his movies in under budget and on time. He's like, fuck this. We're not pushing back a day of shooting. Get a
bring me a Cabbage Patch.
Pretty much.
But why would Bradley Cooper sign off on that scene?
Well, thought he could pull it off.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Well, look, I've done stuff where I go, this looks weird, and they go, oh, no, believe me, we're going to clean that up in post. We'll clean it up in post. We'll clean it up. By the time we do color correction and we mix this thing, oh no, like people, and you go, really? I think it's going to look weird, right? And like, no, we're going to clean that shit up in post. This, by the way, the greatest acting Bradley Cooper has ever done. Forget about Elephant Man. He's acting with a Cabbage Patch doll, and it's believable.
He's acting his ass off.
Yes, I know. I guarantee. And you know what the other thing that they do too? You go, this looks really hokey or fake or stupid, and then they walk around the camera and they go to Video Village and they go, no, it looks great. Looks great from over here. Looks great from over here. Don't come over here and look, but it looks great from over here. That's what happens. And then later on, you see it, it looks really stupid, and you get pissed off because they said...
Imagine being at the premiere. The premiere.
Yeah.
You're just on the front row, and then that pops up there, and you're like...
You want to know... You want to know what's interesting in... let's see. Charlton Heston in the... I guess the 10 Commandments. I'm trying to think where he played like Moses or something. Mm-hmm. The little kid in the wicker basket in floating down the Nile. That's his kid. That's his infant.
Oh, really?
That was his newborn. See, you got to go full Chuck Heston. That's on Bradley Cooper. He should have shit out a kid. You want a realistic scene, Bradley? You shit out a kid. You time it. You shit it out.
At least a cousin or something with a kid.
Yeah. Where's your commitment?
Yeah. It was Charlton Heston's kid in the 10 Commandments, I think, was the little baby Moses in the wicker basket. I know because he's all a 6'4", 250 pounds, and he told me I was that. That was that little kid. I don't know if that's on whatever.
Fraser Heston.
Fraser Heston was the kid. So look,
if OSHA had thoughts on that, he'll be fine.
They didn't have rules back in the day. You know, that kid. They're probably just.
They just probably didn't have anything even under the damn flotation device.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're all just smoking cigarettes, going, if the kid falls in the river, the dog will get him out.
Well, it wouldn't have been period correct if he was wearing floaties.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was. What year was that? In the 50s? No, it's a little later probably, because his son's probably 60 about now. All right, did we?
56.
He's what, 56?
Oh, it was in 1956. Excuse me.
1956, yeah. All right, did we do the news? Yeah, let's bring it home.
We
Gina
did
Grad.
the news. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
That was the news with Gina Grad.